I drove 2 hours to my sister's bridal brunch, wore the dress she'd picked, brought the champagne she'd requested, parked in the back like Mom had texted. I walked up to the private room at the country club, and my mother blocked the door. "Sorry, sweetie. We're at capacity. There's no seat for you." Behind her, I could see 23 people, laughing, clinking glasses, taking pictures. I had already paid $28,000 toward that wedding. But I wasn't allowed in the room. How do you uninvite someone from a party they funded? I had receipts, every single one, and 10 days later I sent them to everyone. Before we get into that, quick question. Where are you watching from, and what time is it there? Drop it in the comments. And if you've ever been the family ATM, hit that like button right now. You'll see why. But let me rewind. Because this didn't start at a brunch. I was always the other daughter. My sister Lily was the golden child. Pageants at 6, cheerleading captain at 14. 200,000 Instagram followers by 22. Mom's camera roll was 90% Lily. I worked 2 jobs through college. Paid my own tuition. Graduated with a degree in hospitality management and exactly $900 in my checking account. Lily got a brand new SUV for her 21st birthday. I got a gift card to Target. I'm not bitter. I'm just setting the stage. After college, I became an event coordinator. Weddings, corporate galas, product launches. The kind of work where details matter. In my line of work, you save everything. Every invoice, every confirmation number, every vendor email. One missing receipt can kill a budget reconciliation. So I built systems, spreadsheets, cloud folders, automated backups. I didn't know it then, but that habit would save me. By the time I turned 28, I was running a team of 4. We did 60 events a year. I was good at my job. But at family dinners, Mom still introduced me as my other daughter, and Lily as the influencer. Then Lily got engaged, and Mom came to me with an ask. 6 months before the wedding, Mom called. "Hey, sweetie, I need a little help." She said Dad's business had a rough quarter. Cash flow was tight. They needed someone to cover the venue deposit. Just temporarily. You know how important this is. Lily's only getting married once. Family helps family. I wired $8,500 that afternoon. 2 weeks later, another call. The caterer needed a deposit. $9,200. I paid it, then the florist. $3,100. The photographer. $2,800. Alterations. $1,547. The cake. $1,680. Rentals and decor. Another $1,520. Every time Mom said the same thing. "We'll pay you back after the registry gifts come in." I promise. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe that this time, generosity would equal love. That if I showed up for Lily, my family would finally see me. So I kept paying. Every invoice that hit my inbox I handled. No questions. No complaints. I thought I was investing in belonging. I didn't realize I was funding my own erasure. Then the bridal brunch invitation arrived. Cream cardstock, gold foil. My name in calligraphy. I thought, finally. I'll be honored, acknowledged, I was wrong. After Mom turned me away at the door, I stood there for 12 seconds. People inside were staring. I turned around, walked back to my car. I sat in the parking lot and tried to call her. She declined. I texted, "Can we please talk?" 3 hours later, she replied, "You're being dramatic. Stop making Lily's day about you." That night, I opened Instagram. Lily had posted a story. "So bless Mom and Dad made my dream wedding happen. I have the best parents in the world." 3 hearts. Sparkle emoji. A boomerang of her and Mom hugging. The comments poured in. "Your mom is goals. This is what family looks like." "You're so lucky." I scrolled through 46 comments. Not one person knew I existed. Not one person knew who actually paid. I thought about letting it go, walking away, being the bigger person. Again. I thought about how many times I'd swallowed my feelings to keep the peace. How many times I'd smiled through erasure. But then I opened my banking app, and I saw a number that made my hands shake. I pulled my transaction history for the last 6 months. Venue deposit to Elegance Estate, $8,500. Catering to Bluebell Catering Co., $9,200. Florist, Something Borrowed Blooms, $3,100. Photographer retainer, $2,800. Alterations at Lily's Boutique, $1,547. Custom cake, $1,680. Linens, chairs, and decor rentals, $1,520. I added it up 3 times. $28,347. Every single payment came from my account. Every vendor invoice sat in my email inbox. I hadn't helped. I had funded the entire wedding, and they didn't even save me a seat. I sat there in my car, staring at that number until the screen dimmed. Then I did what I do best. I took screenshots. Every transaction, every email confirmation, every receipt. I built a folder. I labeled it Lily Wedding, full documentation. And then I kept digging, because something didn't add up. I sent a message to the family group chat, kept it calm, professional. Hey everyone, can we talk about the wedding budget? I'd love some clarity on the repayment timeline. Lily called me 4 minutes later. She was screaming, "Are you kidding me right now? You're trying to ruin my wedding?" I tried to speak. She didn't let me. "You offered that money. You can't just take it back. That's insane. That's actually psycho." She hung up. 10 minutes later, Mom texted, "If you bring this up again, you are not coming to the ceremony." I mean it. Dad sent a private message an hour after that. "Please, just let it go. You know how your mother gets. Don't make this harder." I read that text 5 times. Don't make this harder. Not, you're right. Not, we'll figure it out. Just be quiet. Disappear. Again. The wedding was in 10 days. I could feel the walls closing in. My silence was the price of admission. And they knew I'd always paid it before. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about that Instagram post, about the comments, about the lie that 20,000 people believed. And then I remembered something. Lily had a cash registry. I opened the site. The registry site had a tracker for each fund. Venue fund, $8,500, fully funded. Checkmark. Catering fund, $9,200, fully funded. Checkmark. I stared at those checkmarks. I had already paid the venue in full. 4 months ago. I had already paid the caterer. 3 months ago. But guests had contributed to those funds anyway. I clicked into the payment log. $16,400, collected from wedding guests. Deposited directly into Lily's personal account. She had double-dipped, took credit for my payments, kept the gift money. I grabbed my phone and pulled up her Venmo. There it was. Transfers to luxury retailers. A spa weekend. A designer bag. She hadn't just erased me. She'd profited off me. This wasn't entitlement. This was theft. I took another screenshot, added it to the folder, and for the first time in 6 months, I felt something shift. I wasn't sad anymore. I was clear. I knew exactly what this was, and I knew exactly what I had to do. I went back to Lily's Instagram. She'd been tagging vendors in every post, asking for sponsorships, angling for brand deals, wedding content creator seeking partnerships. I scrolled through Mom's profile. 43 posts in 3 months. All wedding prep. Every single caption was the same story. Can't believe we get to give our baby girl this fairy tale. Anything for my daughter. So proud to be mother of the bride. The comments were full of praise. Strangers calling her generous, selfless, loving. Mom was eating it up. This wasn't about marriage. It was a PR campaign. Lily wanted influencer clout. Mom wanted social validation. And they needed my money to make it look real. But they didn't want my face in the photos. I wasn't part of the aesthetic. I was a line item they wanted to hide. The invisible bank that made their fantasy possible? I took one last screenshot. Lily's post with the tagged sponsors and the caption, "All thanks to Mom and Dad." I added it to the folder. 41 pages of documentation, emails, bank records, registry logs, social posts. I didn't get angry. I got methodical. I opened a blank document, titled it Invoice, Wedding Services and Expenses. I added a professional header, my name, my business LLC, date issued. Then I listed every payment, date, vendor, service, amount, $8,500, $9,200, $3,100, $2,800, line by line, clean, documented. At the bottom, I added payment terms. Total due, $28,347. Net 30. Payable to account ending in 4621. I exported it as a PDF. Then I opened my email. I pulled the family contact list. Parents, Lily, every aunt, uncle, and cousin who'd been invited to that wedding. 62 people. I attached the invoice. I attached every receipt, every bank record, every screenshot. I wrote one line. Per our agreement, payment is due in full within 30 days. Documentation attached. Thank you. I read it twice. No accusations, no emotion, just facts. My finger hovered over send. I took a breath, and I clicked. The email went out at 9:47 p.m. My phone started ringing at 9:51. I didn't answer. I turned it off, and I went to bed. I woke up to 83 notifications. The family group chat had exploded. Aunt Jenna. Wait, you paid for the venue? Cousin Mark. I gave $500 to the catering fund. Where did that money go? Uncle Ron. Can someone explain what's happening? 47 messages in 90 minutes. Mom tried calling 6 times. Lily left 4 voicemails. I could see the transcriptions. They went from angry to panicked. I didn't respond. I made coffee. I went for a walk. I let the silence do the work. That afternoon, Dad sent an email. We were always planning to pay you back. You know that. This is embarrassing for everyone. I wrote back 1 line. Then let's make it official. Send a signed payment plan by end of business tomorrow. He didn't reply. 3 days later, I got a call from the venue. The final bar service payment was overdue. $4,200. If they didn't receive it by Friday, the wedding would be canceled. Mom called me an hour later. Her voice was shaking. Please, you're going to ruin everything. What do you want? I didn't yell. I didn't gloat. I said 6 words. A payment plan. In writing. Today. She tried to negotiate. I stayed quiet. She said they didn't have the cash. I said that wasn't my problem. She asked what would make this go away. I told her. A signed payment agreement, $1,200 a month for 24 months. First payment due before the wedding. And one more thing, a public acknowledgement. On social media. With my name. She had 6 hours. At 11:43 p.m., an email arrived. Signed payment agreement. Notarized signature. First installment proof attached. And a screenshot. Lily had posted a new story. Want to say thank you to my sister for her contributions to this day. No heart emoji, no tag. Barely visible in the story queue, but it was there. The wedding happened, but everything had changed. The wedding photos were beautiful. I scrolled through them once. I wasn't in a single one, and you know what? That was fine. The payments came in on schedule for 11 months. $1,200, first of every month. Direct deposit. Then they stopped. I waited 2 weeks. Sent a reminder email. No response. I filed in small claims court. It cost me $89.20 online. I attached the signed payment agreement, the invoice, the bank records. 4 weeks later, I got a judgment. $14,000 remaining balance, plus filing fees, plus interest. The court granted a wage garnishment. The money came out of my parents' joint account automatically, every month, for 13 months. Mom didn't speak to me for 8 months after that. Dad sent a Christmas card with no note inside, just his signature. Lily blocked me on everything. But 3 cousins reached out privately. They told me their own stories. Times they'd been used, erased, taken for granted. Aunt Jenna started inviting me to family events separately. Without going through Mom, we got coffee once a month. Just the 2 of us. She told me she was proud of me. That was the first time anyone in my family had said that. I set a new rule after that. No more family loans without a contract. No more temporary help that turns permanent. No more silence in exchange for belonging. I still help people I love, but now I help people who see me. The wedding photos are still online. Thousands of likes, hundreds of comments. Strangers still think my parents paid for everything. I don't care anymore because I know the truth, and I kept the receipts. Generosity without respect isn't love. It's exploitation, and I'm done being exploited. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been the family ATM? What boundary did you set, or what boundary do you wish you'd set? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story hit home, subscribe. I post real stories like this every week. Remember, keep your receipts. You never know when you'll need them. Oh, and one last thing. This is a fictionalized dramatization for entertainment purposes. It is not legal or financial advice. If you're in a situation like this, talk to a licensed professional in your area. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.